Good morning, everybody. Lee Brower here. Welcome to this week's edition of Meaningful Monday. I am grateful to be here, and I am glad to be here. Last week, Lori and I spent several days in Washington. We were there to commemorate and to celebrate the life of her mother. At her funeral, friends and family gathered around and told stories. One story after another. And each of those stories revealed characteristics or qualities that Lori's mom has exhibited throughout her life. They made us smile, they made us laugh, they made us cry, and they made us feel. You know, wouldn't it be great if we could have those feelings all the time, that we didn't have to wait to a funeral to get that? Wouldn't it be great in society if we could see the best in people, if we went to that space first before we saw the worst in people? You know, if you see the good in others, what if we saw the good in others and treated them as if that the good was the only thing that we saw? How much better would this world be? You know, there was a great example. Lori shared it with me as we were flying home. One of the players for the Seattle Seahawks, Jamal Adams, is probably in the top tier of athletes in the NFL in his position. But he kind of shocked everybody on Sunday night TV when, as they were doing the announcements, he announced himself as, instead of saying, "I'm Jamal Adams from LSU" or whatever, he announced and said, "I'm Jamal Adams. I'm the best in the nation." Well, social media just lit up because everybody was looking at all the things that he had done wrong, the plays that he had done, and this kind of, how can somebody stand up and say they're the best in the nation? And they just rip. Fortunately, he's not the kind of person that lets that get down to him, because he just makes it very bold. Listen, I'm playing the game I love. My mom's happy. My father's happy. All the people I care about are happy back home. You're being negative and ripping on me is not going to make a difference. But there's more to the backstory. See, if we had the curiosity, if we had that mindset, if we had the mindset to see the good in others and treat them as the good was the only thing we saw, wouldn't the world be so much better? But here's the backstory. The backstory is a young man from Florida. Back in 2008, his name was Travis Ward, one of the top recruits in the country. And when he was interviewed as a high school student, he said, "I am the best in the nation." That was a little arrogant, and it got viral and went out. Kind of like, who is this kid? And gosh, he's got so much confidence, and so on. Went out. Fast forward to just recently. In fact, almost exactly 1 year ago, on the anniversary of that Sunday night football game just a week or so ago. Ward went on to play at Tennessee State. He had 3 children. But about a year ago, he was shot and killed at the age of 31. And that clip went viral again in a very different way. And it so happened that Jamal's son saw that and sent him a copy of the clip. And they talked about it and the importance of life. And in honor of him, in honor of Travis, on the moment, Jamal, to honor his life, to give him some love, to give him that rest in peace, he said, "I'm Jamal Adams." And then to honor that, he said, "I'm the best in the nation." Now, knowing the backstory, it makes a difference. Why are we so quick to jump? Why are we so quick to judge? What if we treated everybody as though it was their funeral? How special would that be? Just before we think and before we jump to conclusions, I pray that I won't jump to conclusions as much as I have in the past. I hope this is meaningful to you. Have a meaningful week. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.